Hello and welcome back. This is Mhorgrimm, and welcome to my Let's Play of Starfield. Just hanging out here at the our new Caslo spaceport. Spaceport now that I renamed it. Still wondering about why shipping wasn't working quite the way I wanted. But that's not something I feel like tinkering around with right now. Just trying to make it back to my ship. For some reason is over here. See, it's a busy settlement. A loud settlement. But bit of a delayed recording this week. Oh, hold on. Sometimes, you know, life gets in the way and you need to take quite a bit of time off from your recordings. We'll work that out on the show. So, yeah, this recording might go out a day late. There might be a one-day delay. Righto. Make it to
Hi,
the
Skipper. What do you need?
cockpit here. Dump whatever it is I'm carrying. Oh, I need to have a snack.
You seem to have taken on more than you can carry.
Thanks.
If you require assistance, please.
And some ramen. And there's consumables I gotta give to the crew. Bourbon. I think that's all the ship parts, definitely, yeah. Right. Oh yeah, we were gonna work out what to level. Need those, no. Scavenging? Science related. One short. Deal 10% more to robots and turrets. You can force a robot. Get some robotics going. Alright. Sit down in our seat. And go to Ron Hope. Special delivery. Power from Beyond. Hillex. Let's take Andreja to House Varun. Lots of abandoned stuff around. There we go. Get in there and dock as fast as we can. I like that we get the flaring on our front of the ship there to slow us down on occasion. After doing some boosting. Okay.
Huh? Sorry, I was lost in thought.
I like that she's just chosen to use a minigun. No comments, though. Some beer for the crew. Well, in 0G, I can just carry everything I want. Including all the stuff I need to sell. Rune weapons. Credits. Oh, the heal paste might be useful coming up. Okay. Oh, happens next. Come on, Andreja. Let's go see what your people were up to. Shotguns.
I cannot give up.
This place. Quite something, isn't it, Andreja? Oh, wait. Not sure why there'd be pillows around here, but sure.
Basira, hold on. You are strong. Concentrate. I'm trying, Sarai, but it's getting worse. I can feel my mind slipping. Fragmenting. I'll become one of them. You have to get away from me. No, I will not leave you here. It's pointless. We share this fate. This is our end. The great... No. No, it's happening. Sarok, run! I can't stop it! Basira! What happened? Who did this?
Someone or something will clean up whatever's left behind.
Is someone there or... My mind turns against me. I must return to engineering and make one last attempt to restore the power.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's read her log. Sophie was left, spent her entire life devotion. Okay, so she was very fanatic. Okay, well, let's get the combat on. Andreja.
I've lost them.
I don't think you've lost them. They're right freaking there.
I'm hit. Get down.
So, Andreja, anything to say?
This is Sirac Vetal. Post-incident log. After the initial jump, areas of the Oracle have somehow been sectioned off by strange energy fields or barriers. The fields allow no one to pass and are somehow able to repel, almost teleport, the trespasser back. I am certain these new fields are related to the Vortex Phantoms. Both resonate with the same energy pattern. The exact same pattern we were studying for Anasco's experiments. Something happened in Dasra. And if the situation is bad here, I fear for our brethren in the city.
Okay. Let's see. Breadstick. Breadstick. Okay. Let's move further in and continue our looting and investigating. And let's see. In.
I think you may be trying to take a little
Nope.
too much on.
Nope.
Literally.
Let's see.
This is Sirac Vetal. Post-incident log. Something has gone horribly wrong. We were in orbit directly above Dasra, monitoring our current experiments when we experienced a sudden energy surge. I fear the source came from the city itself. It triggered our graph drive and jumped the Oracle to an unknown location. We thought members of the crew were somehow lost in the jump. But later, we were attacked by what I will refer to as Vortex Phantoms. I thought I recognized some of them. Could it be that the energy surge has somehow transformed them and warped their minds?
And I have another log. Final moments, because Busters thought it may ease my mind. Okay, no, okay. So is the crew losing their minds one by one? I can loot like mad because there's no gravity. All the little different multiple levels. Go down. Lettuce. Or ooh, a Reuben. I'll take a Reuben. Yeah, my crew's gonna get all the groat stuff. Anything else sitting around here? All right.
An effort was made to keep this place sustained without a need for frequent resupply.
Hmm.
We need to get past these crates somehow. I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits, no?
No, there aren't. Okay. When is the ambush gonna happen? Yeah, I thought that was something.
appears to have outlawed any consideration for privacy.
Nope, that I want. Well, I do have a library building up on our base in Newcastle. Yeah, they're weird rewriting of classics. So, with gravity, how is this supposed to work? Right? Because it wouldn't have been 0G, because we restore the gravity, so how would they get up to their beds? Was a serpent demand? Also an ooh. Harder times. Entry 1. Okay, it's just a recording of something bad happened on Dazra and...
Iraq vessel. Post-incident log. The Oracle has continued to jump. It is completely out of our control. Not only that, but I believe the initial surge of energy we experienced is transformative. With each passing day, more of the crew succumb to whatever residual energy we were exposed to. Most are instantly hostile, but we discovered some are able to retain a sense of self. At least, momentarily.
Oh, look where I am. Yay. Nope. This way. Oh, you little... All right.
Nothing there.
Get out of the way.
Extra ammunition is always welcome if they have any.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? Don't see anyone else. waiting for like another jump scare. No one else up here eating? Okay. Central elevator system. Makes sense. Dodging the giant energy.
Curse you.
Well, she didn't dodge one. Let's see. Encephalitis, radiation, lacerations. Okay. Let's see if I got an injector. Antibiotic injector. And lacerations will be bandages. Good, good. Stable. Okay, good. Okay.
One of the power cells dislodged in the last jump. The gravity. Restoring the gravity may pull the cell into place. If I can get to the control room, if I can No! They are coming! The best you can do.
There we go. So I'm not pushed down into the giant glowies. One down. Two down.
You cannot beat me.
They gave them names. There's the other one. Let's read Nadine's log. That's right, there's 3 of us left. Vortex Phantoms. One final step. No, my death is upon me. Yeah, except your death wasn't upon you, was it? Oh.
This is Sirac Vetal. Post-incident log. I am one of the few remaining unaffected crew on the Oracle. Nadine, Basira, and Taras are the only others I was able to find. I fear it's just a matter of time before we succumb to this energy that is turning the others. How long will we last? And will my mind be strong enough to hold out when my time comes? Basira and I have programmed the Oracle to return to Varun Kai's orbit once it is able. All of our research will automatically be transmitted the moment we are within Dasra's range. I pray our work here was not in vain.
Yes, because humans experimenting with things that they shouldn't has never led to a problem in this universe, has it? one. Out of the way of all the garbage. Yes, yeah, it's... Oh, let's experiment with the grav drives.
These damn controls! Why will they not respond to me? Work, damn you!
Because you're not really there. Enable gravity.
Warning. Gravity procedure initiated. Please check your surroundings to ensure personal safety. Restoring gravity in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. That's not much of a warning now, really, is it? If you think about it. Please check your personal surroundings. 3, 2, 1, bang.
Oh! Need a moment to walk that off?
No. I'm tough. Okay, what's this?
Power cell connected. Report to operations for system reboot.
Alright, let's go to operations. You drifted pretty far. Alright, are we ready for what's about to happen?
Phantoms. Where did they go? Something is wrong. No! Not now! I have to hold on!
I'll start shooting. Okay, Andreja, hunt him down. Do your job. You're not doing your job. It's up to me to do the job.
Not everything in the galaxy needs to come with us, you know.
Yes, it does. Because you never know. Cool. Tea. Med pack. Need one of those. You know, maybe I should have a chat with you here, Andreja. Is there something you wanted to say to me?
What did you need? Back to it then.
Okay, nope. Experiment. Sustained bubble failed. Trying to send objects long distance.
Mainframe reboot initiated.
Can you
Commencing
see my
protocol.
ship here?
Station lockdown completed. All major systems on standby.
Nope,
Mainframe
can't
reboot
see.
completed. Warning, station jump procedure initiated. Please check your surroundings to ensure personal safety. Jump in 3, 2, 1. Execute. Jump completed. Station lockdown released. Initiating data transfer.
Now you can't see my ship anywhere.
Incoming transmission.
Oh my
This is
god.
Dasra calling the Oracle Station. We've received your transmission. Your orders are to send a representative down here immediately. It appears we have much to discuss.
Poor Sierra. So close to seeing their efforts realized.
Okay. So far, so good. Now to dump all the items.
What can I do for you, boss?
Nothing. Okay, my inventory. And store. Store. Keep. Like it does. As a deputy thing, maybe we'll see. So what did we get here? Tesla Scouts Advanced AA-99. Incinerary and electrical. No, I don't want the space ad. That could be something to keep. Okay. Anything better than my bounty hunter outfit? No. Anything better than my reactive pack? No. Anything better than my helmet? Nope. Well, the assault helmets are actually pretty badass. Minus 15 damage from enemies. I think we're going to keep that helmet. Okay, apparel. I do kind of like how it looks. consumables. Nope. Lots of chunks. Pale ale. Seaweed wine. Nope. Nope, no synth meat. Okay. Lots of resources. Throwables. Now, before we land on
Missed the sound of my voice, huh?
Nope, I did not. Check. I was wondering. Okay, those skins for those. Oh yeah, I need to get luxury. There we go. Constellation. Okay, none of these change. Okay.
Now would be a good time to reprioritize what we bring out. Or set. Or throw away.
Explosive or sensor? Ah, explosives. And go with energy shielding. So I don't think we've had a patch for the textile revival, I want to call it. All right, so we're bringing Andreja home in a way. In which case, I'm gonna have a Sauvignon Blanc and maybe a Reuben. And one of my prognosis is radiation and lacerations. Actually, that is quite a nice lookout view. Yeah. Radiation, lacerations. Right, recovering from these. I can't sleep them off because I'm in pain.
Did you? Yes?
Did you have anything of interest for me?
Indeed I do. All yours.
Okay, so you just
Very good.
find credits for me, huh? Already talked to Gideon. Green planet. Come on, guys. Come on.
How's it going?
Cute.
Hi there, Captain. Any news to share?
Let's talk.
Of course, Captain.
Where are you from?
I was raised in Hopetown on Polvo. It's a corporate town run by Ron Hope, the CEO of Hope Tech Manufacturing. He likes to sell it as a utopia, a place where workers are provided everything they need for a happy life. But that's a lie. The conditions are awful for the average person in Hope Town. Almost everyone there lives hand to mouth.
Why are the conditions there so bad?
It's Ron Hope's fault. He controls everything that happens in Hope Town. Our entire economy is dependent on him. There's nothing stopping him from increasing wages and improving safety in his factories, but he won't do it. Keeping your workforce poor and plying them with cheap liquor at company stores is a good way to keep them around.
What was it like growing up there?
I grew up on the edge of poverty, like most working class people in Hope Town. My parents' wages from Hope Tech barely kept food on the table. For a long time, I couldn't imagine my life any other way. Ron Hope does a good job making sure his workers feel like they're being cared for. It wasn't until I got old enough to start working in the factories myself that I started to understand how bad things really were.
Okay, so the company town. Lord knows you've seen a lot of those around historically. Can you tell me a bit more about Hope Tech?
Hope Tech is a starship manufacturer. They make cargo freighters and other industrial vehicles. Most of them are clunky eyesores, barely suited for grav jumping. But people keep buying them, so Hope Tech keeps making them.
Wonder why. Okay, well, cost as well. But if things are that bad, I'm surprised more people don't leave.
I think more people would if they had the chance. But Hope Tech makes it almost impossible. They barely make enough to keep the lights on, let alone start a new life outside of Hope Town. That's why I joined the Freestar Rangers. I knew they'd fly me to Aquila for training, and I wanted to do something more meaningful with my life than building starships.
Okay.
I thought being a ranger would be a perfect fit, but it didn't turn out like I was expecting. Boarding the ship to leave Hope Town might be the best thing that happened to me while I was a deputy.
Interesting. I didn't realize that she was a... Did she tell me she was a Freestar Ranger when I hired her? I actually can't remember. How is working with the Rangers different than what you expected?
In the stories I heard growing up, the Rangers were always described as the ultimate champions of justice in the galaxy. But if you've spent any time in the Freestar Collective, it's obvious that they haven't even made a dent in the problems there. Just look at Neon. Poverty and crime are all over the city, but the Rangers barely bothered to patrol it. Learning that made me reconsider my opinion of them.
Fair enough. Sorry to hear that leaving Hope Town wasn't what you expected.
No apology needed, huh? It's not your fault. For all that working with the Rangers wasn't for me, I still learned a lot. It was eye-opening to see how people live all over the Freestar Collective. I thought the conditions in Hope Town were unique, but leaving Polvo showed me I was wrong about that.
Okay. Will you tell me more about why you decided to leave the Freestar Rangers?
The longer I spent with the Rangers, the more I started to feel like they serve the Freestar Collective's government more than its citizens. I couldn't make peace with the fact that an organization that claimed to stand for freedom and individuality let places like Hope Town exist. Eventually, the hypocrisy was too much. I made the decision to resign and move to the UC. Seemed like people there might share more of my views.
What made you think the UC would be any better? Or... yeah.
There's a reason the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective have never quite seen eye to eye. They do things very differently. The UC provides services like healthcare and job placement for its citizens. Those kind of things don't exist in the Freestar Collective. My opinions about the government's responsibility to its citizens seem to fit better with the UC's way of doing things.
Okay, so hypocrisy's taking it a bit far, isn't it? I'm sure the Rangers try
I'm
their best.
sorry, Captain, but I disagree.
Okay.
They could be doing better. Especially in Neon.
Did leaving Polvo change your perspective on the Freestar
It
Collective?
showed me that Ron Hope's attitude isn't unique. The Freestar Collective is full of people willing to take advantage of others to get what they want. And there are barely any systems in place to stop them. No one to tell them no or punish them for it. That's the downside of the Freestar way of doing things, huh? No social safety nets. It's hard for anyone born into poverty to improve their situation, especially with people like Ron Hope and Benjamin Bayou in power.
Okay. Who's Benjamin Bayou?
He's the administrator of Neon. He basically owns the city. I like to say that not a credit gets spent on Volai Alpha that doesn't end up in Bayou's pocket. I feel sorry for anyone who has to grow up there. Polvo was bad, but at least we didn't have violent gangs.
Never thought about it like that before.
You're not alone. Most Freestars aren't very good at introspection. I took plenty of flack for criticizing the Rangers before I left the Freestar Collective behind.
So did you find what you were looking for when you moved to the UC?
I thought I did, at first. New Atlantis is clean and safe, and most of the people there are happy. And it seemed like the government was doing a lot to keep it that way. But my perspective changed after I took an entry-level job with UC Security. They stationed me in the well. I couldn't believe the conditions down there. It made all the UC talk of a perfect society seem like propaganda. The more I started looking around, the more cracks I saw in the whole thing. Their treatment of the soul system to begin with. It's one of humanity's greatest treasures, and they've let it fall into total disarray. The UC's insistence on maintaining a large and well-equipped military is also a bit off-putting. If they're committed to intergalactic peace, why do they need it? Those are the kinds of questions you almost never hear UC citizens ask. I think that comes down to good marketing on Mast's part.
Well, you did have the Rune Crusade. What kind of things did you see in the well that changed your perspective?
The UC makes a show of promising job placement and housing options to all its citizens. But if those programs exist in the well, there's no sign of them. Most people down there live in the same conditions I saw in Hopetown. There's crime and unemployment, and a lack of good medical care. It's nothing like the rest of New Atlantis. But you'd never know that from the outside, of course.
What good would it do for the UC to lie to its
I
citizens?
think the UC government doesn't like people challenging its decisions, or remembering its history in too much detail. Mast did some horrific things during the colony war. They'd rather people forget about them, especially citizens who might start demanding a change. The best way to maintain the status quo is to keep people from examining things closely. Consistent propaganda is a good tool for that.
I never believed that things in the UC as perfect as Mast would like
It
us
all
to think.
seems just a little bit too shiny when you really start to look closely, huh? I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks so. Once the wool fell from my eyes, living in New Atlantis lost its luster. That's when I decided life in the major factions wasn't for me. The problems run too deep. There's corruption and division everywhere, and not enough people are willing to see it. I don't think that will change anytime soon. It seems to me like the only option is starting over, huh? Founding a colony without the influence of massive governments and corporations.
So you'd want to be
Maybe-
list.
Maybe people would be kinder to each other in a place like that.
What makes you think that?
I've always tried to see the best in people. I really believe that the average person wants what's best for everyone around them. I think without the influence of big governments and greedy corporations, people will treat each other better.
That sounds pretty
We
idealistic.
won't know until someone tries it, huh? I don't know why that shouldn't be me. I can't just sit around and watch the problems in the settled systems get worse. It's not who I am. But I'm not rushing into anything. If I'm really going to do this, I need to get a better sense of how people live all over the settled systems. That means visiting the major cities and looking at both the good things and the bad. That way, I can decide what things I want to keep and what I am going to leave behind. Good thing I'm working for a captain that likes to travel, huh? We'll hit all the major cities in no time.
Might be quick. I prefer to
That's
travel off the
fine by
beaten
me,
path.
Captain. I get wanting to avoid the major factions. I'll settle for looking around the cities during supply runs between our trips.
Don't have any more
Let's
questions.
talk again soon, huh?
How bad is my conditions? We're good, stable. Okay. Oh, she's an interesting one. A little idealistic and misguided, but interesting.
Finally gonna ask me for an autograph?
Because, hate to tell you, but People aren't greedy just because of corporations or governments. They don't treat each other horrible because of corporations and governments. They're more than happy to do that without corporations or governments. So Varun Kai. See if we get any interesting messages from our friend Andreja. Okay. And their big ruined ship.
What's up?
Still wish I had a slightly better cockpit, but eh.
Did you need my help with something?
Not currently, Marika. Not currently. Well, let's go have our
Hold very still and choose your words carefully.
encounter.
They will determine how long you live.
Please, we are not a threat. We are trying to help.
You have no right to be here. You will tell me how you found this place.
I found your wayward star station, the Oracle.
But it was lost. All communication ceased. There was no sign of it.
I've never seen a station with a grav drive installed.
It was deemed necessary at the time. We will reevaluate that decision in light of what has happened. Voris, I think we need not fear our guest. Perhaps, in this time of need, the Great Serpent has delivered us a gift.
Counselor, with due respect, we have not had unannounced visitors here in generations. It is a clear breach of security.
I do not disagree, and I know that security, in whatever small form we can grasp it, is of paramount importance. But you must acknowledge the timing is curious. And perhaps our guest's intent should be determined before we take further action.
Your station brought me here. It jumped while I was
We
docked.
received the automated transmission, but you are certainly not who we expected to find.
Great Serpent,
What's happening again?
hear me.
Speaker, we are here!
We have reached out to you to seek guidance in our hour of need. The gate in the Citadel has been opened just to seek you.
What horror is this?
Have I failed you? What is this place? Where am I? Why do you not show yourself? I strive only to follow your command. All must serve. Please, do not leave me in darkness. I seek only your wisdom, your guidance. Great Serpent, your children cry out to you. Will you not answer us?
Well,
Our leader, Anasko Varun, he has appeared like this over and over. So many of our people have been trapped in this state, these vortex phantoms. But usually they are hostile and lash out. Anasko is different. If only we could hear his voice, some reassurance that all is not lost.
sounds pretty lost himself.
You could hear him. Despite the sightings, None have heard the word from Anasco in all this time, yet you claim to. Do not toy with me. Not about this. If you speak truth, you must prove it. What did he say?
He's trying to contact the Great Serpent. But something is wrong. He sounds lost.
Aye, the Serpent.
I heard nothing. He said that?
It is no joke. The experiment was a secret, even to many of our own people. Truly, you did hear Anasco. You have been chosen.
Well?
People of House Varun, hear me. We have asked the Great Serpent for deliverance from our calamity, and he has answered us. This outsider has been chosen as the most unlikely vessel for the Great Serpent's divine providence, and he will help save us all. Outsider, please. There is no denying you have been sent here as a sign. You must help us. But there are precepts that must be followed, principles that must be obeyed. Even in these dire circumstances, we cannot turn from Jinan Varun's teachings. You will be granted safe passage through Dazra and the lands beyond. No harm will come to you. On that, you have my word. You even have my assurance that your compatriot here will also remain unharmed. But to truly aid us, you must become part of House Varun. This is not a thing done lightly, and it cannot be taken back. Will you commit to helping us by becoming one of the promised?
All right, just tell me where to begin.
Excellent. Please, come with me. Forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Malibor Dulkev, a member of the High Council of House Varun. I have been asked to represent the Council in this moment. Please, enter our city. You have my word that you will not be harmed. I would ask that until you have become promised, you avoid the citizens of Dazra. They are not used to outsiders. Open the gate! I must temper what I reveal for now, but surely you saw the scaled citadel as you arrived. It was the center of an explosion of sorts that has annihilated most of our city. We have lost many of our brothers and sisters. I believe we are still in danger.
Counselor, what is the meaning of this?
Is there a problem, Makula?
The city is in shambles. The speaker is missing, and here you are leading some outsider through our sacred space? Why allow this husk to defile our city? Have we not lost enough?
Have faith. I believe this outsider was guided here by the Great Serpent himself. And soon, Serpent willing, they will be one of us. But I can be sure and pass your concerns on to the rest of the High Council, if you wish. I apologize for the interruption. There is a ritual intended for converts to the Promised that has not been performed in generations. We are fortunate that there are those still alive who remember the old
His name?
ways,
Chubav.
and remain prepared for such a moment as this. Herald Inaza. I suspected we might find you here waiting.
I saw the ship landing. I knew immediately that I would be needed.
Indeed you are. This is Inaza Kaisir, Herald of the Serpent. She will guide you through the ritual. I am needed elsewhere, but I assure you that you are in good hands.
Am I? Okay, let's talk.
So, the Great Serpent sends you to me.
Mm-hmm.
There is something about you. No husk that walk the Serpent's path. To enter this sacred cave, there is no turning back. You will be forever changed. This is a path you must walk of your own free will, alone. Will you step forward and emerge anointed, one of the promised?
Why'd you call me
You have
Husk?
not been filled with purpose by the Great Serpent, so you are merely a husk. But perhaps not for long.
Why am I doing this?
Those born to House Faroon spend every day surrounded by our history. The rituals that separate us from the husks happen naturally over time. You have not experienced that. Those who have not answered the Serpent's call cannot coexist with House Faroon. And so, if you are to aid us in our time of need, you must become one of the promised.
Okay, let's
Then
do it.
enter, and I shall guide you along the Serpent's path. But this is a journey you must undertake alone. Your escort cannot follow.
This is a profound step for you. Do not worry. You have nothing to fear.
Path lies before you, but it is up to you to walk it.
Okay.
You must walk the path. I am merely here to guide you along your way.
Okay. Guide away. Oh, speaker systems.
Before House Faroon, there were humans. First on Earth, then scattered among the stars. And like all humans, they were lost souls, wandering in the dark, looking for a path.
So you follow the path with the light. How profound. The emergency kit, though, I'll take.
One particular colony ship housed several hundred of these souls. They were each alone and isolated. Individual tiny flames that could be snuffed out at a moment's notice.
Okay.
But Chinangaroon encountered the Great Serpent and was given the gift of knowledge. He shared his knowledge with those around him and lit the way for them. They followed his guidance and his light, and they cast aside the burdens of their former lives. And thus, House Faroon was born. Now you too have the chance to cast aside your burdens, to relieve yourself of anything that holds you back.
Optional. Cast aside my burdens. What do I want to sacrifice? The deputy stuff. Okay, next.
The people's hopes and fears and dreams were entrusted to the Great Serpent. They made the leap of faith that brought House Faroon to greatness. You may now follow in their footsteps and take that same leap. Embrace the Great Serpent, and he will embrace you.
Yeah, I made the big jump. Up here. Distilled water. Thank you, sir. You're going to give me some coffee.
The people of House Faroon settled this world, at first in these very caves. Shinan Faroon himself slept among them in these shelters. It was here that he spread the word of the serpent. It was here that the people of House Faroon first understood the truth of their place in the universe.
Okay. Robbing their museum. Yeah, they've done it like a little museum thing with the little things to try and keep you on the path. Oh. But since I'm here... No main? No. What do you need for Reuben? Oh, you need the cheese, yeah. Roommate, no, not the deep. No, not meatloaf. Latkes? I could. I need yogurt and poultry. Distilled water I need, huh? Alien pie. No, I'm not gonna. Actually, E for distilled liquor or water. Oh, I can. Well, that opens up a whole category. What do they put in the Bloody Mary? The vodka? I prefer a Caesar, not a Bloody Mary, though. So this was her. I'll take tetrafluorides.
And it was here that the people of House Faerun first understood the truth of the shrouding. The great serpent's return. He will encircle the universe he created, and all those who do not follow will be cast into shadow. And the people weighed this knowledge against their former lives, and saw how they had been blessed despite the difficult new life that awaited them. You too would do well to feel that solace amidst the pain.
Can't leave these weapons just lying here. I mean, come on, guys. Who knows who would come in and steal them? Explorer's pack. Sorry, just had to clear my throat there for some reason. I've been sipping on a juice to make sure that I don't have that problem, and yet. Oh, so this must have been where Janan Varun's original dwelling. What's he hiding here? That doesn't do anything. Maybe a 3 is the best way to go. Let's see. See, I knew that was too much to hope for. I was hoping I'd find, locked away some journal or recording or something. Yeah, let's do it. So it looks like my protections are good enough to ignore the water.
Until that day comes, we are the voice and the hands of the Great Serpent. Our every act a sacrifice to hasten his return. Make now a sacrifice to prove your devotion. And remember, whether...
Optional. Sacrifice the growth. Okay. And the growth has been sacrificed. the sacred bullet.
Let us begin the final ritual.
Okay.
While none since Jinan Varun have stood before the great serpent, we can all feel his presence. To solidify his bond, you are presented with a simple choice. Before you on this dais are several items. They represent different aspects of House Varun's connection to the great serpent. Pick the two that call to you. Place them on the altars. Offerings to the great serpent that he may fill you with his spirit and make you promise.
Okay. Devotion, obedience, strength, perseverance. Well, we're definitely taking perseverance because I have certainly persevered playing Starfield. Let me do it with strength. Well, I don't think it's obedience. Devotion? Or strength? Devotion or strength? Let's go with devotion.
And so you arise, one of the promised
Since I've been devoted to the game and persevered.
Did you feel the great serpent working within you? Do you feel born anew?
There's more than one way to feel born anew, trust me.
Yes. Your confidence is impressive. Devotion to the great serpent and perseverance to remain devoted, no matter the circumstances, will always reveal a path forward for any member of House Varun.
Okay.
I grant you the title of Diviner. All will know you. All will trust you. Above us, in the grand ship morning, jewel of the Varun fleet, the High Council awaits your arrival. Serve them. Serve the great serpent. All must serve.
Now, how did they get like a big capital ship? Like they had a colony ship, didn't they? How did the colony ship become this warship?
Is something amiss? All right, then.
In the morning. Get our talk.
How may I assist you?
Let's read their reports. Ministry of Commerce. Emergency supplies. So Ducaf is Ministry of Commerce. Scaled Settle's gone. Ministry of Personal Losses may still be totaled. Military and security, supply chain. Okay, yeah.
You would speak.
NASA. Ooh, so Nazca wanted to keep the caves still going. Ministry conjunction. Kadik, okay. Those are intelligent. Okay.
Yes?
Mr. Estate. With Hall. So let's see. Kadik, Bethal, Dulkef. Alright.
Good to see you.
Come on. Classic.
Welcome, Diviner.
Back.
You stand before what remains of the High Council, advisors to Nazca Varun. We are all that is left after the disaster that has befallen our people. I represent House Dulkef. Jamal is from House Kadik, and we are joined by Lovek of House Vital. We are, all of us, hopeful that your arrival in Dazra and your clear connection to Nazca Varun, for the first time in weeks, represent some semblance of hope.
What's with all the houses? Aren't you all House Varun?
Collectively, we unite under the banner of House Varun, pledged to follow Jinan Varun and his descendants. But our society is not a monolith. Jinan, in his wisdom, shepherded the first of us into families that we might grow and prosper. Our 3 families have for generations now helped to govern the people of House Varun, and offer counsel to our leader.
Someone needs to explain what's going on.
I understand. Until you were one of us, we could not trust you.
By all means, Malabor. I can't wait to see how you spin this.
Please, can we just for a moment...
Can we just for a moment what? Discuss whether or not to allow the first convert to House Varun since before any of us were born? A bit late on that, it seems.
You were not there. You did not see Nazca. It felt different. We have already wasted so much time...
You're correct. I was not there. Because you elected to travel to the spaceport on your own. And then decided this on your own.
Do not waste time with more bickering. Nazca, and by extension House Varun, suffers with every passing moment.
Of course, Lovek. My apologies. Please, Malabor. Do go on.
Nazca Varun, like his father before him, has relied on the teachings of Jinan to guide us. Nazca wondered if perhaps it was time to seek guidance directly from the Great Serpent. And so sought a means of reaching out.
Perhaps he found the teachings inadequate.
Careful, Kadik. You tread on dangerous ground.
I mean nothing by it. We simply were never consulted on the matter and do not know the full motive.
The point is that a series of experiments have taken place over the years, utilizing grav drive technology to hopefully make direct contact with the Great Serpent, similar to Jinan Varun's initial meeting.
And then something went wrong.
We do not know what happened. We were not inside the Scaled Citadel at the time.
Had we been, we wouldn't be standing here now. We'd be like the rest of them.
A great tide of energy emanated from the Scaled Citadel and swept across Dazra. Much was destroyed in its wake. Those caught in the blast have been left in a state of confusion, trapped halfway between our universe and the Vortex. The Citadel itself remains in such a state. Right there and yet beyond our reach. We can only assume that the experiment is still running, somehow preventing us from entering the Citadel.
Uh-huh.
We cannot get in, so we cannot stop it.
Go on.
We're beginning to lose hope before you arrived.
The Vortex, what is it?
Forgive me, I am no scientist. But as it has been explained to me, what we call the Vortex is the space between universes.
Okay. How long ago did this happen?
It has only been a few weeks. There had been efforts to put together some kind of response, some plan.
But
they had fallen apart.
Okay. Tell me how I fit into this.
Your arrival and your interaction with Anasco shows that he can still be saved. A plan had been devised to access the Citadel, but the work stalled. Clearly, it is time to move forward with it.
Okay.
Current head of our science team, Ekris, should be in Jinan Plaza down below us, towards the Citadel. Tell him about your experience with Anasco, and that work on the morning device must proceed.
Okay. Snack time. Chocolate. And a cherry drink.
You might wish to lighten your load. One is less likely to survive an ambush when one is weighed down with...
Do you know the scientists out of the station?
The old married couple? Azad and Shireen, if I remember right. I've met them a few times. They seemed a little eccentric, but were otherwise quite nice.
That's them, yes. They're apparently looking for some help with their research.
Oh.
They made some kind of discovery that has them troubled.
Good luck finding help at a time like this.
Indeed. Yet the Serpent provides for the faithful, so...
The Serpent provides.
Nothing is truly impossible.
The scale of the disaster is hard to accept.
No shame at all. What you have done goes beyond disgraceful. It is morbid, disgusting. You should be hanging your head in shame. But instead, here you are, acting like a common fool.
Borhal, calm down. Do not do this here.
How shameful of you to have these outbursts. Oh my, what would poor mother and father think?
You will speak not of mother and father, you sloughing bastard. No shame. No shame at all. What a waste of good life that they worked tirelessly to give you.
Mother and father spat on the ground I walked on. You were their pride and joy. Oh, good, generous Borhal. Always the paragon, the keeper of our family name.
I am disgusted to call you brother. It would be best for all of us if by some miracle you were to drown in one of those bottles of Koza you are so infatuated with.
Ugh, with a brother like you, is it any wonder I am driven to drink?
Okay. Let's interfere.
What do you want?
You're causing a scene. Take this argument somewhere else.
Seems your outburst has attracted some outside attention, brother. If it was an audience you wanted, you have it now.
Please accept my apologies. I caught my brother attempting to do something unspeakable, and I could not contain my anger.
Oh yes, go on. Invite a total stranger into
Unspeakable,
our
huh?
family squabbles.
This is no squabble, you pompous fool. What you have done today is abhorrent. I can forgive stealing my money or pawning my valuables. What I cannot abide, however, is you attempting to some mother's urn with her remains still within.
I have done many things I am not proud of, but I have never stooped as low as that.
That is awful.
I was drunk. I did not know. All of those vases appeared the same.
It is an urn, not a vase, you ignoramus. And you were the one who chose it when Mother passed away. I am tired of your shamelessness, and I am done bearing what should be your indignity. Do you hear me? I am done. You have gone too far this time, Amila, and I cannot bear the humiliation of being your brother any longer. I challenge you to a duel. Danica shall be my second.
What? Are you mad?
Borhal, are you sure? There is already so much death in the city. What good would this do? There has to be another way.
Too late, Danica. He has issued his challenge. I accept. I, in fact, look forward to it. You shall be my second.
Will I now? What?
Why not you? You seem capable and trustworthy.
The true answer is because Amila has no one, family or otherwise, willing to be his second. He has burned every bridge there is to burn. He will have to resort to picking someone off the street regardless, so it may as well be you.
I do not want to wait any longer than necessary. If you agree to this, you will allow us to come to an immediate resolution. I will pay you handsomely for that.
Okay. Is there some other way we can resolve this?
No. I believe we have just passed the point of no return.
I would not have proposed the duel unless I were fully committed to it. I am well past the point of compromising.
Okay. Okay, but someone's gonna have to show me the ropes.
Outsider, you will work alongside Danica to prepare for the duel. As for you, Amila, enjoy these last few moments. For when we next meet, your shameful life ends.
Do not sound so confident, brother.
Their family home is this way. It is not far. We can discuss the matters there. You will be working with me. As seconds, it is our duty to prepare for the duel and ensure fairness. I am sorry that you have found yourself in this situation. But know that you are doing Amila a great favor. He truly has no one else who would be willing to do this for him. He has burned every bridge imaginable. It seems that after years of suffering Amila's embarrassments, but still, to challenge your brother to a duel. I pray that we will be able to work towards a peaceful resolution before it's too late.
Okay. Where'd you go? This way, okay. Keep talking.
Perhaps it is not so where you are from, but we demand law and order here. Remember that.
I haven't heard from the speaker in weeks. What do you think has become of him? I got you your favorite from the meat house. Extra fatty, just the way you like.
Ugh. Okay.
Do not let Amila break you down. Are you ready to discuss our roles?
I'm ready. Let's get started.
Very good. Let us begin. Your primary duty as Amila's second is to work with the brothers and see if a peaceful conclusion is possible. Namely, if Amila apologizes to Borehole and he accepts, the duel may not move forward. As for me, I will be procuring the weapons for the duel and the materials for the preceding ceremony. Borehole as challenger reserves the right to choose the weapons, and he has chosen blades. Do you have any concerns?
From what I understand, Emilia is a drunkard. Emilia doesn't stand a chance against Borehole to do with blades.
I will note your concern, but know that Borehole has the final say. If that is all, we will break here and see to our duties. Before that, though, I know that this duel is foolish. I am sorry you got pulled into this. I will try and find another peaceful solution to this problem, should you be unsuccessful in convincing them to call it off.
Okay. Are duels commonplace in Varun
Duels
culture?
were quite common 100 years ago, but have become more rare with each passing generation. At this point, the Odlum family is the only one that still takes part in this custom.
Okay. So, Borehole has the right to choose the weapon. Does Emilia get the right to
Amila
anything?
has the right to deliver a genuine apology to Borehole and stop this duel before it commences. The odds of him doing so, however, are low. The Odlum brothers, like their ancestors, are stubborn and prideful.
So, let's get going.
Report back to me when you have spoken with the brothers. We will discuss your secondary duty then.
Not sure how to deal with this duel. Is there a way to do this that things aren't bad? Because I have a theory. Because I've tried to do this before. So let's see. Is Amila? Oh, it's Danica. Let's not deal with the duel just yet. Go talk to this guy who looks like he's well, more than a sergeant.
Well, look who it is. You have made quite a stir, and given the state of things, that is a singular accomplishment. To what do I owe the honor, diviner?
Malibor says the work on the morning device must proceed.
How magnanimous. But approval is approval, and I will gladly take it. I will spare you much of the technical detail, as I confess that pieces of it I barely understand myself. One cannot help but notice the energy field around the Scaled Citadel. Until we can get through it, we cannot shut down the experiment inside, and it has proved quite impossible to get through. We had the beginnings of a plan to build a makeshift contraption to redirect grav drive energy to see if we could penetrate the barrier, but the project came to a halt. Politics got in the way.
This seems like the one time to set politics aside.
Every one of the houses needs to contribute, and every one realized they could potentially use it for leverage. What should have been a cooperative effort turned contentious. Easy decisions became negotiations. And so, construction never began. We have sat here, staring at this disaster as supplies pile up for well over a week now. Serpent help us, it is infuriating.
No use complaining about the past, time to move forward.
Indeed. All must serve. I believe I've done enough complaining for now. Time to get to work. If you're here, the Council has likely sent word to the houses that it's time to stop the infighting. I doubt it will be enough. I need to oversee construction here, make sure things are built to specifications. If you could follow up with the houses, that may speed up the process.
I'll get right on it.
I appreciate that someone around here is eager to get to work. House Fetal owes us access codes for the city power grid. It's the only way to guarantee enough power to activate the device.
Okay.
House Kadik was supposed to provide a young scientist named Sahima to help me. She had at least some experience with the original Citadel experiment. No idea why they refused to send her. And Hasmek, the new elder of House Dulkef, he has been distant, guarded. He claims to have vital information about an important component of the experiment, but has withheld it until now. Help me get what we need, and we will see what we can do for the Speaker.
Okay.
And for House Varun. And I may have something that can help you in whatever trials the Serpent puts before you as we navigate this. We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this.
Astrophysics. It certainly has the potential to redefine what we know about the universe.
Yes, exactly. I am glad I am not the only one who can see that. Does nothing to make the loss any easier, but still. We have encountered several interesting phenomena. First, while the phantoms shift to a fully human form when killed, they often retain small shards that appear to be an almost crystallized version of vortex energy. Second, we have learned that killing the phantoms sometimes causes an even greater disturbance. Horrors, as they have been colloquially termed, can appear from somewhere. We are unsure of their origin, but it is not within our universe. These horrors and their spawn are infested with cysts, a seemingly organic manifestation of vortex energy. We have managed to collect enough to run experiments and have devised a method of combining them into an explosive mixture with varying properties. While they have no use in the development of the morning device, if you find yourself out in the field, I believe they could have more practical applications.
Okay. Well, unproven technology against enemies from outside our universe sounds like a great plan.
I do hope you are not questioning the thoroughness of my research. I assure you, they will work. The process is simple enough that any industrial workstation should suffice, if you have the materials. And depending on how you combine said materials, you may find the results to be somewhat variable. I hope you can use that to your advantage.
Okay. Let's see. What do we know about the experiment in the Citadel?
Not enough to have prevented it from happening. If I had any idea it was going to turn out like this... It had been Inasco's primary goal for some time. A way to recreate Jinan Varun's encounter with the Great Serpent. Everything we knew about grav drive technology, every scientific advancement we'd made in the last 100 years was poured into it. Towards the end, I was just so exhausted. I asked for a brief time off. Had I not, I would be trapped in there with the rest of the science team.
You had no way of knowing what's going to happen.
Of course not. I left the project weeks before the disaster, and at that point, we were nowhere near ready. Some breakthroughs were made shortly thereafter, and they ran the experiment. And here we are.
Here we are. How have things been affected by the disaster?
Just look around. I'm sure you have at least some idea of how much we have physically lost. A huge portion of the city is just gone. And those left behind are struggling. Supplies are limited. There is so much work to be done, and we are all just so tired. I hope that eventually we can return things to the way they were, but we must be realistic. That will take time, and I suspect a great deal of it.
Okay, if you got something that can help me, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, depending on how much trouble you're getting into. We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this.
Fascinating isn't the word I would
I
use
know,
to describe it.
I have lost friends and colleagues myself. We have encountered several interesting phenomena. First, while the phantoms shift to a fully human form when killed, they often retain small shards that appear to be an almost crystallized version of vortex energy. Second, we have learned that killing the phantoms sometimes causes an even greater disturbance. Horrors, as they have been colloquially termed, can appear from somewhere. We are unsure of their origin, but it is not within our universe. These horrors and their spawn are infested with cysts, a seemingly organic manifestation of vortex energy. We have managed to collect enough to run experiments and have devised a method of combining them into an explosive mixture with varying properties. While they have no use in the development of the morning device, if you find yourself out in the field, I believe they could have more practical applications. This is hardly the time to be turning down additional options. I am simply providing you with the information. If you choose to ignore it, so be it. The process is simple enough that any industrial workstation should suffice, if you have the materials. And depending on how you combine said materials, you may find the results to be somewhat variable. I hope you can use that to your advantage.
All right, we're good. Let's go and sell some stuff. What are you kids?
Don't be scared. The Great Serpent will take care of us.
Having Mila stay with us has been so fun.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Mila.
I'm Ivali.
And I'm Alana.
Nice to meet you all. I'm John.
We're bored.
Yeah, and our parents won't play with us. I mean, Alana and I's parents. Mila doesn't have parents anymore.
Ivali?
Oh,
Sorry, Mila. It's okay, really. I've been trying to keep these two entertained, but I guess I'm not doing the best job. Would you like to play a game of hide and seek with us? Please, please! It's no fun playing with just these two. They always pick the same places to hide.
Sure, I'll play.
Great! How fun! Now, just wait here a bit so we have a chance to hide. Countdown from 10 or something. Ha! You'll never find us!
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, like that was pretty easy. I heard them open and close something. I think that's where I heard them go.
Our sins must have been considerable for the great serpent to subject us to this.
Hello. I hope things go back to normal soon.
Apologies, but I need to prepare to treat a patient.
Have that gun lying around like that?
I am sure we can make a deal. I was hoping you would eventually stumble into my shop. Welcome.
It appears my reputation
That's
precedes
an
me.
understatement. It's rare that an off-worlder finds their way to Dasra. But not just any off-worlder. One that's able to speak with a Nazca Varun himself, which in the eyes of the citizens of Dasra moves you up from the suspiciously curious category to the dangerously unique one.
Okay. Well, you clearly know who I am, but I don't know who you are.
Where are my manners? I'm Nalada Brady. Forgive me for not starting our conversation that way. I've been a bit distracted of late. My brother Qasim has been missing for days. I'm beginning to worry that something terrible has happened to him.
Haven't a lot of people gone missing recently?
Well, yes, but the incident that claimed most of Dasra was several weeks ago. Qasim and I were fortunate that our shop wasn't destroyed like so many others around us.
It's only been a few days.
I suppose I'm probably worrying about a simple misunderstanding. If you want to take a look at what my shop has to offer, well, you let me know.
Perhaps I can... Must be tough to run a business in the midst of all this chaos.
My mother taught me to try and provide a smiling, friendly face for my customers, but it's been incredibly difficult. I managed to muddle through when the incident struck the city, but this situation with Qasim has made things difficult.
Perhaps I can go look at Qasim.
Really? You'd do that for me? Oh, you truly are a gift from the Great Serpent. I knew he hadn't forsaken us.
I'll do my best. I just don't know where to
Yes,
start.
of course. The last time I heard from Qasim, he was headed out to the Deep Gorge refinery to assess if it could be reopened. He never came back that evening. I've been worried sick.
Okay. Is it possible the cataclysm caused some sort of geological instability?
You know, now that you mention it, someone in the city said that they felt tremors near that area. Just please be careful. That old refinery has been abandoned for years, and there's no telling what might be choosing to call the facility its home. Now, is there anything you might need for your journey?
Do you mind telling me more about Qasim?
Do you mean to ask if it's a sore subject to bring up since he's missing? Not at all. Qasim and I have been close ever since we were young. Our father and mother taught us everything we needed to know about running this shop so that one day we could take over. When they passed, Qasim and I ran the business for a few years together, but I could see his heart was elsewhere. I gave him my blessing, and he attended an engineering academy. In a few more years, he graduated and made quite a name for himself. When the government reached out to everyone for help after the incident, I wasn't the least bit surprised he was the first to volunteer. I can only pray that his eagerness hasn't gotten him into deep trouble.
Okay. Can you tell me about the refinery?
It's an old mineral processing facility a good distance to the southeast of Dasra. It closed down years ago due to, you know, I'm not even sure why. It ran out of resources, I think. There was very little talk about it around town. The only silver lining was that all of the workers were placed into other positions throughout the city, so no one went hungry.
Okay. So why did he head out there in the first
The
place?
cataclysm that claimed most of Dasra has severely impaired our ability to survive on Varun Kai. Qasim is simply trying to use his engineering background to help everywhere that he can. In this case, he's trying to assess if the refinery can be reopened. He strongly believes that the loss of the city's infrastructure means we need to rely on everything we can in order to get back on our feet.
Okay. All right. Let's see your wares. So the Kadik, this gold and black is a nice look. There's a breach for you. And a mag shot. Enjoy. See where those kids went. Badge Tall Stronghold. Don't think they're in here. Okay, let's get a look from up here. So you can't go in there.
That was quite a leap.
Yes, I left actually too far. kids have hidden back down here? Oh, seems kind of weird to do it like that.
I have not seen my sister in days.
He's seen your sister in days. So there's lots of disappearances happening.
Yes?
Hello?
Are you?
Must say I'm surprised you are still here. If I were in your shoes, I would have turned heel and ran as far away from this place as I could. All that was good in Dasra is dead and gone.
Okay. I'm here to help.
We appreciate it, but some of us have lost too much already. I'm not talking about buildings or plazas or temples or offices. I'm talking about people, like my wife, that are no longer here. Dead and gone. No amount of your help will bring them back.
Tell me about your wife.
What can I say about my Mira? She was always talking. She could go on and on about anything. A book she read, a dream she had, a future together. She had a low, soft voice. But the world is so much quieter without it. And Great Serpent, she was beautiful as the stars. She was self-conscious, though, but she had no reason to be. She would cry about her appearance at times. Who doesn't? And it would break my heart, because she was perfect to me. Some of her sensitivity must have rubbed off on me, because I cried a lot when we were together. I felt like I could be open, vulnerable. I never felt that way with anyone else. And she would just come to me and put her forehead to mine. She was... she was...
It's okay, you don't need to tell me anymore.
Good. I think I may take some time for myself now.
Bars are a seemingly new.
Hard to enjoy a Badacosa with this view. Just to say the same, I think this would be my last drink before I joined them in the crater.
I do not
Thank
wish
you
to
for the
judge,
memories.
but I doubt you truly
Wow.
need to be carrying all of that.
Pretty dark.
If you ask me, we should be celebrating. No one can doubt the Great Serpent's existence now.
Uh-huh. Let's have a meal. And And actually, I think I'm going to end the recording here. A little shorter than usual, but I think it's an okay one.
Salutations.
2.5 hours or so. As usual, I'd like to thank everyone who's left a like or subscribe. Especially like to thank anyone who's left a comment. It does help. I like to know what I'm doing right, doing wrong, what I could do more of, what I could improve. Until the next time, I hope you're all taking care of yourselves. I hope that the rest of your day goes fine. And I do hope to see you again soon. Until then, this has been Mhorgrimm and my Let's Play of Starfield. You all take care of yourselves. Bye now.